Sonic's Green Hills Adventures Season 3. Chapter 1, The News. Sonic's point of view.
We were on our way out of the school to start off summer break when I got a text from Sim to meet him in front of the school with the rest of the gang. Hey Shadow, Sim said meet him in front of the school. I told Shadow curiously.
I wonder why.
Shadow said casually as we exited the building. Then we saw Sim and Sapphire. Sim had the biggest nervous smile on his face.
Good you're all here. I have an announcement to make.
Sim said as he turned and looked at Sapphire lovingly.
Sapphire, I have something that I've been meaning to ask you for a long time now.
Sim said as he pulled something from his pack, a small black box. Then Sim proceeded to get down on one knee. I could already see where this was going, and apparently so did Sapphire.
Princess Sapphire, will you marry me?
Sim asked lovingly as he revealed the engagement ring to Sapphire.
Yes, Sim, I will.
Sapphire exclaimed as she jumped into Sim's arms and then kissed him. All right, way to go, Sim, I said as we began cheering for their engagement.
Thanks, Sonic.
Sim said happily. Then we went home with huge smiles on our faces.
Later that night, Sonic was tossing in his sleep. He kept seeing a strange land and the full moon in his dreams. It was overwhelming him so much that he woke up.
What was all that about?
Sonic said as he calmed down his breathing.
I have to sketch this strange island out before I lose my mind.
Sonic thought to himself as he grabbed his sketching supplies and sat at his little sketch desk that Maddie bought for him after the possession verse incident. Once he was satisfied with the sketch, he went back to sleep. Sonic's point of view.
The next morning, I got ready for the day and grabbed the sketch of the island and went downstairs.
Morning, Sonic. What do you have there?
Longclaw asked me curiously. I didn't wear dream last night. I just had to make a sketch of it. I said seriously as I showed her the sketch.
Who? That island looks so beautiful and mysterious.
Longclaw said as her eyes widened. That's not all. I kept seeing the full moon. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I feel like they're calling out to me. I'm getting a sense of deja vu from the dream I had that first shadowed our reunion. I explained seriously.
Well, I don't think you're crazy if you want some advice. Follow your gut instincts.
Longclaw said reassuringly. Thanks, Longclaw. I hope the others wake up soon, for I need to tell them about all of this. I said excitedly. Just then I heard Annika crying. Oh, I better go check on her, I said right before dashing to Annika's room. When I got to Annika's crib, I picked her up. Shh, it's okay, Annika. Your brother's here. I got you, princess. I could to Annika as I rocked her slowly to soothe her. Then she smiled at me. There we go. Good morning, sis, I said sweetly as I came back downstairs. Annika was growing fast. She's now 6 months old. She was already crawling and is very close to walking. I was now 15 and Shadow is 17. An hour later, Pretzel Mom and Donut Dad came into the kitchen. Then I saw Pretzel Mom getting Annika's bottle ready. You must be hungry, I said happily.
Morning, guys.
Shadow said as he sat at the dining table. Then I told them what I had told Longclaw.
Who sounds pretty important.
Shadow said happily. Before I could end Annika to Mom and show them the sketch, my phone rang. Hey Shadow, can you answer my phone and put it on speaker? I asked sheepishly.
Sure thing, bro.
Shadow said as he did just that.
Hey Sonic, are you on speakerphone? Because this news is for the whole Watch Your Sky family.
We heard the president ask happily. Yes, we're all ears, I replied confidently.
Great, I have been thinking and realized you should have the rest of the world get used to you as we did. So how would you all like to go on a summer vacation? Funded by me, of course, to the Australian coast.
The president explained confidently. I didn't really think about that. We'd love to. However, I'll need to call you back in a minute. I have to make another call real quick, I said as I handed Annika to Pretzel Mom, who had finished drinking her bottle.
Very well, Sonic. Bye.
The president said happily and hung up. So what do you guys think? I asked hopefully.
We agree with you, and besides, the Australian coast sounds beautiful.
Pretzel Mom replied. Great, now excuse me for a moment while I make this phone call, I said as I dashed to the bathroom.
Marina's point of view.
I was talking to my parents about how me and Sonic were doing when my phone rang. I looked at the caller ID and answered immediately when I saw Sonic's name. Hey Sonic, what's up? I asked happily.
Hey, Marina, can you put me on speakerphone if your parents are there with you?
Sonic asked me eagerly. Sure thing, Sonic, I said and turned the call to speakerphone. So, Sonic, what is it?
I have huge news. The president just called and offered us a summer vacation at the Australian coast. Since only us knows about me, I need to spread out. He's going to take care of everything when it comes to money too. We agreed, but I had to hang up and call you and ask you something.
Sonic replied excitedly. Oh, and what's that? I asked excitedly.
Would you like to come? I can't bear the idea of spending a summer without you, but this trip will be very important at the same time. You see, that's why I had to hang up so I could tell him about it if you say yes.
Sonic asked hopefully, and a smile spread across my face. Yes, I'd love to, so Mom, Dad, can I go please? I said, giving my parents the best puppy dog pout I could muster.
Of course, sweetie.
Mom said happily.
Just promise me you'll keep her safe, Sonic.
Dad said happily too.
I promise you can count on me to do that, Mr. Melody. And thanks, guys. I tell you the date as soon as I can.
Sonic said right before hanging up. I couldn't wait for this trip to start.
Sonic's point of view.
Once I hung up, I went back to the dining room as I called the president back. So, Mr. President, I have two more questions. One, what's the date that we're going to? Can my girlfriend Marina Melody come? She's already got permission from her parents, of course. Hopefully.
Of course, since she got permission from her parents. As for the date, it's tomorrow, so you can say goodbye to your friends and be packed and ready.
The president replied confidently. Oh, thanks, Mr. President. But just in case for any other details, here's my dad's number. I said proceed to tell him, then I hung up. So for the rest of the morning, we were telling my friends everything we need so far about this trip and preparing for it.